Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Gbemi Abiola. Welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you guys and reviewing the Melt Cosmetics Sculpt collection. Da, 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 da. So this collection came out a couple weeks ago, maybe a month and a half ago. Melt dropped that this was coming out, and I was just like, okay, what is it? And then they said it was gonna be like a complexion slash sculpt collection. I was like, okay, Melt, you have my attention. I am interested. So yeah, and also this collection was geared more towards a deeper skin, and that got my attention even more. And I was like, I have to pick it up, I have to review it for you guys and give you my thoughts and opinions on this. So yeah, if you guys would like to see how the products work on me, what they look like, my thoughts on the entire collection, please keep on watching. If you are not, please stop right here. It's not worth your time and effort. And yeah, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so I did my foundation off camera, primer, color correct. For primer, I used the Milk Hydro Grip primer. To color correct, I used the Pat McGrath concealer in D33. And then for my foundation, I used the L'Oreal True Match foundation. I mixed the shades in N9 and N10 to get my perfect shade, since I fall between those two shades. But besides that, let's get into the actual stack. So here is the cream stack. So you have 5 shades. You have the olive shade, you have the brighten shade, you have the neutral blend, you have the warm blend, and then you have the deep contouring shade. Obviously you guys can see that I have used them. I want to try these out so I can like get an initial feeling on them before like I can like talk about them and review them. So that's why they're like all dirty. But let me actually demo them out for you. So I'm gonna start off with the olive and brighten shades. Brighten is more of like a peachy shade, and olive is quite yellow, almost greenish. Either one won't work for me. I found that I had to mix them to get the perfect kind of like brightening slash concealing shade, and the color is perfect. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, the texture of these are, of course, like, they're cream, so they definitely need to be warmed up. They remind me texture wise of the Fenty Beauty matchsticks texture wise. So, which I'm not mad because those blend out really nicely, the matte matchsticks. So they just have a very similar texture. So I'm just highlighting my face with these. The melt brush, there's nothing wrong with the melt brush. This is their second round of doing brushes. Their first round of doing brushes was in the Amore Eternal collection. They had a set of 5 eye brushes and a highlight brush. Love those brushes, so I'm not disappointed at all with the brushes. My highlights placed down. Now I am going to go into the neutral blend and the warm blend colors. So I have tried these, and which one I'm going to start off with? I'm going to start off with the neutral blend first. So I have tried these and I'll let you just see for yourself. So I'm putting the neutral blend here, and you cannot see it at all. Like, you cannot see that color at all. It's literally the color of my skin. It's literally like the same shade as my foundation. So already I'm kind of disappointed because I could just basically use this just as a foundation shade if I just want more coverage in an area. Like it doesn't, you can't see it at all. It just blends right into my face. Because of that, I'm just gonna go into the warm blend. Let's see if this will work. Nope, you can't even see it. Maybe some slight warmth, but you can't even see it at all. So that's already 2 out of 5 shades that doesn't even work. It's not sculpting anything. It's not warming up anything. So I can't even see that. I can't even see that here or like via viewfinder. I can't. Moving on, I'm gonna go into the deep contour cream. When I initially tried this for the very first time, like I was like, okay, like it's gonna show up, but as you guys can see, it shows up very, very well. Very, 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 very well. You have to go very light-handed with this or it can muddy up real quickly. And I'm still using the same brush that I applied the neutral blend and the warm blend. And I'm just pushing that up into my cheekbone, like the underside of my cheekbone, just to sculpt it out. And take a little bit of that and run it on my jaw as well. And just kind of like pull it down. Now I'm gonna go in with a wet sponge and I'm just going to blend the olive and brighten mix that I put down. Obviously you can see phenomenal blend, blends crazy easily, so I'm very happy about that. It's very easy to blend. I love the way that the olive brighten combination looks. It looks like skin. It looks like my skin, which I really, really like. The undertone is great. Not gonna lie, the undertone is really good. It looks like skin. It's beautiful. No complaints about the actual finish and texture whatsoever. So now I'm just going to set that. I'm gonna be using my Chanel loose powder. I'm gonna be using the shade 40 Dore. I'm gonna set that brighten and olive combo. And I'm just gonna press that powder in. I'm gonna go in with a mix of the neutral blend with a little bit of the deep shade. I'm just gonna, ooh, that's a little bit too much. Just wipe that off. I'm just gonna shape my nose. I'm just gonna set my face. I'm gonna be using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deepest. I have powder all over my hands. And just set the perimeter of my face. Just to make sure things don't move. I'm gonna move to reinforcing my sculpt with powders. So this is the powder stack. This stack was made for everybody compared to the cream stack, which is geared specifically towards dark slash deeply rich skin tones. But this one is geared more for everybody, I think. So here you have the light medium contour powder, light medium bronzer, medium dark bronzing powder, and then you have the medium dark contour powder. I'm not going to be using these two because on my face, because it wouldn't make any sense for me to use them. So I'll just put them in my Pro palettes just to use as eyeshadow. I'm going to start off with the medium dark bronzing powder. I'm just going to take that on a Real Techniques Rebel Edge broad brush. I'm just going to use this just to bronze my face. Again, this is the same thing as the neutral and warm blends. It doesn't really show up on my face at all. It does not. It's basically my skin tone, maybe like slightly redder, but like you can't really tell that it's there. And I'm like putting a lot on. So I can obviously tell that this is not going to be a no-go because it's a little bit like it's basically my skin tone again. So I'm not going to use this to bronze. I will probably use this as eyeshadow, like a really cute like transition shade, but on the face, no, I need something a bit warmer on my face. I'm using the medium dark bronzing powder. I'm going to go in with Melt Rust. This is something that I would actually bronze with. This is their Rust Single Shadow. I have used this countless times to actually bronze my face. There we go. There we go. To actually add the warmth that I need back into my face. And it's dark enough that it'll actually show up. Now for the medium dark contour powder. So now I'm going to go into the medium dark contouring powder. I'm going to be using the fan brush that comes in this collection. The color of this is good. It's a nice color. I know it will contour me. So you can see that. It's showing up nicely. Ooh, no. There's an issue already. However, just from seeing it, it's really flat looking, the contour. I think it's too cool to the point that it's flat looking when I'm putting it on. Like you could see the sculpt is there. Just like when I turn my head, it's just coolness right here. Like the color is perfect, it's just the undertone is cool. For deeper skin, having a cool toned contour is not in our best interest. Cooler toned contouring products look way better on lighter skin. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing that's really like saving it from going too cool is the Rust eyeshadow, basically, that I put down. I'm going to do my eyeshadow off camera and finish my makeup, and then I will get into my final thoughts of the Sculpt collection. Okay guys, so I finished my makeup off camera. Everything that I used on the rest of my face after the demo part will be linked in the description bar down below. But now I'm just gonna get into my thoughts on the Sculpt collection. Okay guys, so I'm gonna give you prices for everything in this collection. So the Sculpt Pro collection, which is the PR box, comes with everything, the stacks, the brushes, and the book is $145. The brush set for all three brushes is $50. The cream sculpt stack is $48. The powder stack is $48. The angled blend 116 brush, the angled kabuki brush, is $25. The contour fan 713 brush is $22. and the tapered Brighton 721 brush is $19. Starting off with the brushes. The brushes are the same quality as Melt's previous brush collection. They worked really nicely. I think my favorite brush out of it is like the flat brush. I like how small it is. I like how precise it can get, so I really like this brush. The angled kabuki brush, it's cute, it blends really nicely, so I'm not mad at it. And the fan brush, it's very precise in getting your contour wherever you need it to be, so the brushes are great. Love the brushes. So the cream stack is good, like the texture is good, the finish is good. The Brighton and Olive shades, they're beautiful. For me, I'm gonna have to mix them because the Olive is too golden, almost to the point that it looks green sometimes. And the Brighton shade is like peachy, and I can't do peachy. So mixing these two together are absolutely beautiful. Contour shade, it's great. It's good, it's great, it shows up, which I'm very happy about. You're gonna have to use a light hand because it's darker than I thought it would be. I like the undertone of it, it's more neutral based, so I'm happy about that. The issue that lies with the cream stack are these two shades. The warm blend and the neutral blend. These didn't really show up on my face. They basically blended into my skin. They're basically the same color as my skin. I would have liked to see a variation between the two because on me, these look the same. They look absolutely the same. Maybe this one is just slightly warmer, but they look the same. So for me, what I would have liked to see in this stack that would have solidified it, if this was darker and definitely, if this was darker and it had more of a kind of like red undertone, not like super red, but like a warming undertone, a similar undertone to like Melt Rust, and it was darker. I would have liked to see is if they made the warm blend an actual like warm blend for deeper skin. Think of Fenty Beauty Espresso matchsticks. If they literally made a cream color in this stack that matches this, it would have been over. Literally, it would have been the perfect shade that I would have used to sculpt my face and add that warmth back into my skin. It would have been perfect. The warm blend, it just blends into my skin. Same with the neutral blend. The neutral blend is basically my foundation shade. I would possibly use this as just like a shade that I can just build coverage with this over. Like, let's say if I have dark spots and I need more coverage in certain areas, I would definitely use the neutral blend for that. But in terms of like warming up the skin and sculpting, these two, no whatsoever. So there needs to be more variation between these two. This one should have been darker and more warm, like a rusty reddish tone. I would have liked to see warm blend be that. In regards to the powder stack, obviously I could not use the two lightest shades, so I will use those as eyeshadows. I'll put them in my pro palettes and use them as eyeshadows, no problem. Regarding the medium dark bronzing and contouring powder, for me, this barely shows up. This is just basically a soft bronze. It doesn't even do anything on my face. It doesn't really show up. This is, I think, a good bronzing powder if you're more kind of tan to deep. This would be a really nice bronzing powder. But for dark skin, this is not a good bronzing powder at all. I had to pull like Melt Rust. So anything that's like this color, or a good color that I use is Charlotte Tilbury Deep. It's still that like warm terracotta brown, brick brown kind. What a lot of non-black brands don't understand is that you cannot contour and bronze dark skin the same as lighter skin. Lighter skin, especially when it comes to fair, light, and medium skin tones, they do better with a cooler contour shade and a more neutral bronzer. That is what I have found while I'm freelancing on fair to medium skin. Any melanated skin, we need warmth back in our face, and I don't think that Melt hit the target here. We need warmth. We need warmth in our face, so we need warmer bronzers and we need more neutral contour powders. A good example of this is that we can see in Darius's palette. Darius Neon MUA, he came out with a collab with Midas Cosmetics, and it's phenomenal. So you can tell right here that the bronzer is more warm, the contour is more neutral, and that's what deeper skin needs. So this is the Dusk palette. You also see it in his Midnight palette that he came out with. The bronzer is more warm, the contour is definitely more neutral. Another example, I'm just gonna be pulling examples, is the Tammy Makeup Revolution palette, the Makeup by Tammy and Makeup Revolution palette. You can see that the bronzer shade is more warm, the contour shade is more neutral. We cannot have cooler contours. It does not work. It looks ashy, very ashy on deep skin. I love what Melt was trying to do. They were trying to have a Sculpt collection and really push it as to being deeper skin friendly, but unfortunately they missed the mark with the actual sculpting products. So the issue that I have the most is with the Sculpt book. The sculpting method that Melt uses, it's fine. The actual directions on how to sculpt is fine. Love it because it'll help me learn how to properly sculpt for various skin tones as well as face shapes. I love that. So this is a very educational book. The issue that I have, the main problem is the way that they classify dark skin. And it just really, really upset me. So the cream sculpt stack was meant for deep skin. Deep skin is how they classify this model. This model is gorgeous, she's beautiful. We see her face. We see how this cream stack was used. We love to see it. We love to see it. However, she's classified as deep. This model is deeply rich. She is a deeply rich skin tone, meaning that she is deeper than I am, and I'm not even that deep. I would be considered dark, if you will. Dark. If you're looking at like non-black brands, they would label me as dark. They would label her as deep dark. But as black brands would label it, I would be labeled as deep rich. This model would be labeled as deeply rich. Melt labeled this model, the model's gorgeous, by the way. She's gorgeous, she's beautiful. They labeled this model as, they labeled this model as the dark skin model. Oh, where this is dark skin. To me, this is tan deep skin. Tan. This is not dark, this is tan. I would be considered dark / deep rich. And I hate it when brands say this is dark. This is not dark. Also, there is not much of a shade jump between this model. This is their actual tan model. So their dark model is only a few shades darker than their tan model. I have a big issue with that because this is not dark. This is not deep rich. This is tan. This is also tan. So Mel needs to really look at how they classify skin tones. The way that Uoma Beauty did, it was great because you had fair, light, medium, tan, deep rich, and then deeply rich skin tones. So you had 6 different categories with properly categorized, like they're properly categorized shades. Uoma Beauty did that. When Darius created his palettes, he had a light palette, a medium palette, he had a deep rich palette, and he had a deeply rich palette. So you can see the variations in the palettes and what skin tones they are meant for. Like I said, I'm not hating on their work. It's beautiful, but they really need to actually have somebody who has dark skin work in their brand. If you actually had someone of a deeper complexion work on the collection, the Sculpt collection, because you guys really pushed it as being a collection geared more towards deeper skin. If you guys worked on the collection with somebody of a deeper skin tone who could help you with the undertones of things, how it looks on deeper skin, this collection would have been phenomenal. I feel like it would have been better if they had the powder stack in various different skin tones versus just one. That would have been a lot better, because I know a lot of people were just like, when this collection came out, a lot of people were just like, oh, why is it geared more towards deeper skin? So I think that was a major reason as to why I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about the Sculpt stack. Melt definitely has a lot of work to do with these. I would like to see them work with black creators, people who understand dark skin very well. Kind of sad because black artists, we know how to do makeup on everybody. We know how to formulate products for everybody. But when it comes to like non-black or white brands formulating stuff for dark skin, they do not know how to properly do that. They do not know how to properly classify dark skin, and that is a major issue. Makeup is for everybody. If you provide a product, you should be able to have it work on so many different people. And I'm disappointed in Melt because they have so many products that work for many different people. You guys know I love their eyeshadows. Their eyeshadows are beautiful. They work on anybody. You guys know my favorite palette is Rust. That palette is chef's kiss, beautiful. The best black girl, black person, black male friendly palettes. Beautiful warm shades, gorgeous. That's literally the palette of theirs that I know that every black person I know, that's the one palette I always recommend. Grab that palette. It's a good stable palette for deeper skin tones. All their eyeshadows work on deeper skin tones. And like, how do you have the warmth of Rust and you cannot translate it into the deeper contouring products? So just some food for thought for Melt. It's kind of weird that they kill it with every single product, every single launch, but when it came to the Sculpt collection, they definitely fell very, 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 very short. I need to see them working with more black creators for sure when it comes to complexion products. If they're going to start coming out with complexion products, they need to work with people who are in the deeper end of the spectrum, especially to get those undertones correct, to get that look correct on dark skin. I'm just saying all these things out of love for the brand. They're an amazing brand. I just want to see them do better if they decide to jump into complexion, because complexion, you can do eyeshadows, you can do blushes, you can do highlighters, you can do lipsticks. It's just that complexion is the hardest part, and them coming out with a complexion collection, there is room for improvement. Like I said, I'm not doing it to bash the brand. I'm just trying to give constructive criticism to help them. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you guys think of the Sculpt collection. Did you pick it up? What do you guys think? Would you pick it up? Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. My Instagram and my Twitter are at Gbemi Abiola. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.